So good afternoon from Enniskillen. I'm here with Christina and Iggy, who is 8 months old, who want to be able to try and have their say about what's happening in regard to maternity services and the need and emergency surgery and all of that. So what we are going to talk to Christina about is when Iggy was born.
Yeah.
So
The best and most scary day of my life.
really?
Yeah.
So what happened that made it so scary for you?
Everything was great. The hospital staff are amazing. Start with that firstly.
Yeah.
The team's great and the girls are fantastic.
That's right.
So this is through no fault of their own.
No.
But I had went 10 days over and they were bringing me in to induce me, and I got as far as my water's being broken. Then I went naturally myself, and I got up to the 10 centimetres and I was just pushing for far too long.
Yeah.
I think they let me go for an hour and a half possibly, and he wasn't coming out at all. He didn't want to move, and then his heart rate dropped, and then I started to get into distress. So the only option was then to go to theatre. They did try, they thought they might be able to do the forceps, but it wasn't going to work. So it was down into the theatre for an emergency C-section. The room filled with people asking for permission, and I said, just do whatever you have to do to get him out. And I just looked at Andy, my husband, and I think, oh my God, this is it. And I did genuinely think, this is it. I was being pushed down to theatre, and I was like, the best case scenario is we get one of us out alive. And I was like, I hope that it was Iggy, but I genuinely did think that I was for dead. And then when I came round, because there was a few complications in the surgery, and when I came round and seen Iggy in Andy's arms, I was like, oh my God, we've come through it, we're okay. And it was brilliant, but as I say, it was the most terrifying. Just everything happened so quick, and if you had to go the whole way to Craigavon or to Derry, I really don't know. One of us definitely would have lost our lives, and Andy would have been either burying the two of us or one of us, and neither is an option that you want. So to have to make the journey, it is a scary situation. I don't care how many kids you have, going to have a baby is terrifying. So to have surgery so far away and your maternity services so far away is just, it's stupid. They're not thinking about families, they're not thinking about the women going through it, they're not thinking about the possible lost life and the babies and any other complications. Like, there's plenty of complications that can happen, but they're just not thinking about it. They're not. And so it feels like it's been taken, they're taking our right almost away, that we have to go so far. And again, it's just one more thing for women in healthcare that's been knocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So what do if we hadn't this hospital here in Enniskillen, we're obviously women at the minute are pregnant.
Yeah.
From the decision to close surgery on the 3rd of December, no more emergency surgery.
Yeah.
That's a big impact for anybody pregnant now.
It is. I hate to be in any woman's situation now that they were pregnant and knowing that this is happening.
Yeah.
As I say, it's stressful enough, you have enough worries, and every situation's going through your head. You might have children at home that you're thinking, God, if what happens, and then I've left my children at home with no mother because I can't go to a local hospital. And the day that there was a few days that I had went in with Iggy, and I wasn't far enough along, so I kept getting sent home. And on the day before I actually went in with him, the fetal assessment unit was full. Them nurses were rushed off their feet and the place was full. that's just here.
Yeah.
So if you're moving the women on further up,
Yeah.
that same situation, I am guaranteed, is still happening in Craigavon and in Derry.
Yeah.
So now you're just putting more people, more pressure. What
Yeah.
happens then? There's only so many places that you can have
Yeah.
a baby. You know, there's only so many beds. There's only so many surgeons. So
Yeah.
who's going to suffer then? Everybody in turn is going to suffer. But it just always feels like it's down this end of the country.
Yes.
You're driving past a brand new hospital.
Yeah.
Why? What's the point?
Yeah.
Why are they taking such
Yeah.
vital?
Yeah.
What? You have a car crash? No surgery?
Yeah.
What? Are you going to get airlifted to the next one?
Yeah.
Because their road conditions are terrible.
Yeah.
Even with the motorway and all the rest of it, it's just not.
Yeah.
They're too bad. They're too bad. And the weather
Yeah.
isn't exactly great in this part of the country.
Yeah.
So I read to think. Nobody is thinking. That's what's wrong. Nobody is thinking. The people that are making these decisions aren't thinking of the consequences for the everyday man and woman and family.
What does it feel like that we have no government at the minute?
It's infuriating. Again, no government. We have just about survived COVID and everything that came with it. And the people, civil servants, no disrespect to them, are making decisions that I think are a wee bit outside of their job description. There's nobody holding them accountable, asking why. And is anybody actually making the decision up there that's from this area? So when the consequences do happen, do they care? Because it's not affecting them and their local people. It just, questions need to be asked and raised, and we really need help.
Yeah.
Because the SWA is a great hospital, the staff are great, and we need the hospital. Not just pregnant women, everybody. You've no idea what could happen in the morning where you might need surgery.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It is disgusting.
So the civil servants are making this with no, no no democracy, no oversight, no accountability or anything.
Yeah.
You know. So what do you think of their decision making process and
Is there one? Is there a process? Go down.
yeah.
Is there a process that they're following? Yeah. I genuinely don't understand what's going through their head, and I would like to know what makes them qualified to make such a decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know, and it's not something that I'm really knowledgeable about.
Yeah.
But I would like to just maybe sit down and a meeting, if there's even meetings with them, and say, where did you come to this decision?
Yeah.
And how have you been allowed
Yeah.
to make this decision? I know that there are some situations where yes, they should be going ahead, simple decisions that aren't going to affect anybody's possibility of surviving something.
Yeah.
But to make a decision like this, to close something so vital to so many people, for man is a big area, and we're just going to be left with nothing.
So we are going to, as you know, put out an international appeal from women, from mothers and grandmothers to mothers and grandmothers across the world, and organisations of care.
Yes.
For letters of support, to for women here.
Yes.
Because we need to tell people. So if you were speaking to women maybe in America or England or Scotland or Wales or Ireland or anywhere, what would you say to them about the situation that we're in here?
I just tell them to do whatever they can, ask them to do whatever they can to help. It might be something so simple, but many voices make loud noise.
Yeah.
And we need to be heard.
Yeah.
We definitely need to be heard. And as sections, emergency sections have got incredibly common.
Yeah.
There was a load of my friend group have all had friends, and I think out of all of us there was only possibly one that had a natural birth. The rest of us were all emergency C-sections. I was an emergency C-section 30 odd years ago.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we just need to stand together and get as much support from women all over the world.
Yeah.
As it's just one thing after another with women's healthcare.
Yes.
If it's not one thing. So
Yeah.
I think we need to help them and they need to help us.
Yeah. Well done, Christina. Well done. Thank you, Iggy. Well done, Iggy.
Yeah.
Good boy. Thank you.